Hello everyone, this is Jeff Jekyll with the eConstruction team, and this video is designed to show you how to use the document submission tool that the eConstruction team has developed for SharePoint Online. You access the document submission tool through the Econ portal, which is located at this URL at the top of the page. You will then click on the Project Document Submittals button located here, and that will open up the tool. You'll have the home screen that pops up, and this will show you all of the submittals and all of the projects that you're associated with. You can then filter by project using this drop-down, and you will only have access to the projects that you have been given access to. As you can see from the dashboard, there's a general overview of each submittal, including the project, submittal number, which is auto-generated, title, which is generated by the submitter, the status, whether the submittal is open or closed, the due date for the submittal, which will be highlighted in different colors based on how close it is to being due, any sub-UPC numbers associated with the submittal, the disposition, new, approved, approved as noted, revise and resubmit, or withdrawn, the category, the date that the submittal was submitted, and who has the current responsibility for the submittal, whether it is in VDOT or the contractor's court. To add a new submittal, the submitter will click this button here, titled Add a New Submittal. They will then select which project the submittal is associated with, give the submittal a title, choose the category, and choose who it was submitted by, or the submitter's name. And then they will also choose who the submittal is being submitted to. Both the submitted by and submitted to fields are limited based on who is associated with the project. So if the project were to change, those users would still need to be associated with the chosen project in order to stay in there. Those first 5 fields are all mandatory, as denoted by the asterisk. The next 3, priority, response requested by, and sub-UPCs, are all optional fields. Priority is designed for the contractor to let VDOT know the urgency of the submittal, but VDOT is not obligated to respond within the requested priority dates. Likewise, response requested by gives the contractor an option to let VDOT know when the submittal will become critical. And the sub-UPCs field is for any project that has a parent UPC with multiple child UPCs underneath it. Once the contractor has filled out those fields, they will go down to the bottom where they can attach a file. They can click there and a window will pop up with Windows Explorer, allowing the submitter to choose a file to upload. Submitters can also upload a file by opening a Windows Explorer folder window and dragging and dropping into the tool. Once the submitter has attached the file and filled out all required fields, they can hit save. Once they hit save, the submittal will then be distributed to the person in the submitted to field, as well as anybody for that the project workflow has designated to receive new submittals. The project workflow is set up at the beginning of the project at the discretion of the VDOT project management team as to who they want to receive any new submittal. Once the VDOT project management team receives the email or receives a notification that a new submittal has come in, they will go into the Submittal app and follow step 2 to distribute the submittal to various members of VDOT, whether it's materials, structure and bridge, traffic, or whoever the submittal may pertain to. They can only choose members of the project that have been set up in the project team, which, as you can see, changes depending on what project it is. You can choose multiple members of the project team to review any submittal. The VDOT project team will then choose the date that they are forwarding the submittal and what date that they will need comments back by. The response due date will autofill based on project contract requirements and the date that the initial submittal was submitted. The VDOT project team can also go to the bottom and attach any files needed for VDOT reviewers to look over the submittal. Once they have completed all of that, they click save, and emails will be generated to any individuals that were named in the distributed for review. Once those users have completed the review, they can submit their comments in one of 3 ways. If they have a small amount of comments, they can fill in no comments in this comments box. They also have the ability to attach a file if they have made red line comments or changes to the initial submittal attachment. Or they can also enter a Bluebeam session ID or URL in this box if the project has a Bluebeam project ID that they are working out of. Once all reviewers have submitted their comments to the VDOT project, once the reviewer have submitted their comments to the VDOT project team, they will then click save. Once all reviewers have submitted their comments to the VDOT project team, the VDOT project team will come in and fill out step 4, which is the response that goes back to the contractor. They will change the disposition to one of these 6 dispositions as appropriate, and then they will send the response back to the initial person who submitted, in this case, myself, Jeff Jekyll. They may choose multiple members if somebody else needs to be added to the response. And then the date sent will autofill based on the current date. Once they have completed that step, they will hit save, and the submittal will then move on to the next step, whether closed or back to the contractor as a revise and resubmit. All closed submittals will still appear in the submittal list, and users can filter submittals whether they are open or closed.